There was a winter and there was summer. By a year of Earth did EA the full circuit call. By Earth's end the accumulated gold account was taken. Much to dispatch to Nibiru there was not. The swampland waters were deficient. Let the chariots go deeper, ocean be moved. So was EA saying. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit because I don't want it to be too loud. From the moorings was the chariot untied. Back whence it came, it was shifted. With great care were the crystal vessels stirred up, the salt waters through them passing. Metals by the kinds were separated, going among them were sparkling. From the chariot of the happenings, EA to Nibiru word did be. Anu to hear it was pleased indeed. In a destined circuit Nibiru to the sun's abode was returning. The closeness to Earth on the Shar circuit was Nibiru attaining. In other words, the orbits were in which Earth and Nibiru were close. With eagerness did Anu about the gold inquire. Is there enough for sending to Nibiru, he was asking? Alas, not enough for the gold from the waters collected. Let another Shar pass, let the quantity be doubled, EA Tuanao counseled. From the ocean's water the obtaining of gold continued. In his heart EA with apprehension was filling. From the chariots part were hauled out, a sky chamber from them was assembled. Abgal, he who knows piloting of the sky chamber to take charge, he appointed. Daily in the sky chamber with Abgal did EA upward soar, this earth and its secrets to learn. For the sky chamber and enclosure was constructed, by Alalu's chariot was it placed. Daily the crystals in Alalu's chariot did Au studied what by the beams was discovered to understand. Whence did the gold come? Where on earth are Tiamat's golden veins? In the sky chamber with Abgal did EA upward soar, the earth and its secrets to learn. Over the mountains they roamed, to the valleys great rivers they saw. Steeps and forests below were stretched, thousands of leagues was their reach. Vast lands separated by oceans they recorded, by the beam that scanned the soil they penetrated. On Nibiru impatience was growing. Can gold protection provide? Was outcry increasing? Assemble the gold, Nibiru was nearing gold, you must deliver. So did Anu EA command. Repair Alalu's chariot for returning to Nibiru. Make it fit for the Shar's completion. Make it ready. So was Anu saying. EA, his father the king, words was heeding. The repairing of Alalu's chariot he was contemplating. At the sky chamber 1E, by the side of the chariot they landed. With Abgal the chariot they entered, a secret deed in darkness to perform. The weapon of terror, the 7 of them, from the chariot they removed. To the sky chamber they took them, inside the sky chamber them to give hiding. By sunrise EA and Abgal in the sky chamber soared, to another land was their direction. There in the secret place did EA the weapons hide, in a cave a place unknown he stored them. Then said Anzu and EA words of command gave. To repair Alalu's chariot he directed. For returning to Nibiru to make it fit by the Shar's completion to make it ready. Anzu and the ways of the chariot, greatly skilled to the task his labor set, he made his thrusters hum again. Its tablets he carefully considered. The absence of the weapons of terror he soon discovered. With anger Anzu cried out. EA in hiding away gave his explanation. Forsworn is a weapon's use, EA was saying. Neither in the heavens nor the firm land shall they ever be harnessed. Without them, no passing through the hammered bracelet is safe, Anzu was saying. Without them, without water thrusters, the danger is enduring, surpassing. They're saying they can't make it through the asteroid belt without these weapons. Alalu of Eridu, the commander, in the words of EA considered, so the words of Anzu gave he. The words of Eo by the council of Nibiru was attested, Alalu was saying. But without their chariot's return, Nibiru shall be doomed. Abigail he was nose piloting boldly towards the leader step forward. I shall be the pilot, the dangers I shall boldly face, he was saying. Thus was the decision made. Abigail shall be the pilot. Anzu on earth shall be staying. On Nibiru, the stargazers, the destinies of the celestial gods, they contemplated an opportune day they were seeking. Into Alalu's chariot, basketfuls of gold were carried. The forepart of the chariot, Abigail entered. The commander's seat he occupied. For the chariot Ea, he him, Ayu, Ea, a tablet destiny gave. It shall be that which shows the way for you. By the open pathway you shall find. The chariot's fire stones Abigail stirred up. Their hum, like music, was enthralling. The chariot's great cracker he Cracker? The chariot's great cracker he enlivened. In other words, the machine rose to flames. A reddish brilliance it was casting. Ea and Alalu, the multitude of heroes, were standing around. Farewell to him they were bidding. The chariot with a roar heavenward rose, to the heavens it ascended. The Nibiru words of the ascending were being. On Nibiru there was much expecting. I'm going to skip the synopsis. To Nibiru words of the ancient were being. Ascent were being. On Nibiru there was much expecting. With confidence was Abigail the chariot guiding. Around Kingu the moon he made a circuit, by its net power speed to gain. In other words, he circled around the gravity of the moon to propel himself. 1,000 leagues, 10,000 leagues, towards Lampu he journeyed, by the net power of direction towards Nibiru to obtain. So that's interesting, they use the gravity as a force in space travel. It is obvious they used combustion to lift off the Earth. But once they got to the orbit of the Earth, they used the gravity of the moon. So that's interesting. It's an interesting science there hidden in this text. By its net power a direction toward Nibiru to obtain. Beyond Lamu, the hammer bracelet was a whirling. Deftly did Abigail Eel's crystals make a glow. The opening path to locate the eve of fate upon him with favor unlocked, with favor looked. Beyond the bracelet, the chariot beam signals from Nibiru was receiving. Homeward was the direction ahead in the darkness. The reddish hue glowed. Nibiru, a sight to behold it was. By the beam sign, the chariot was now directed. Thrice around Nibiru, it made circuits. By the net force to be showed, nearing the planets, the breach in the atmosphere, Abigail could see. A squeezing in his heart he felt. The gold he was bringing was sinking. Passing through the atmosphere thickness aglow the chariot, its heat overbearing. Deftly did Abigail spread the chariot's wings, and descend thereby arresting. Beyond lay the place of the chariot, a sight most inviting. Gently did Abigail the chariot bringing, down to a place where the beam selected. He opened the hatch, a multitude of populace was assembled. Annie toward him stepped forward, locked arms, warm greetings uttered. She rose into the chariot's rush. The gold-bearing baskets they brought out. High above their heads they were baskets held. To the assembly words of victory Anu shouted, "Salvation is here!" To them he was saying. To the palace where Abigail accompanied, to the rest tell all he was escorted. He was escorted to tell everyone the news. The gold, a sight most dazzling, by the servants was quickly taken. To make that of the finest dust, the skyward launch it was hauled away. A shard did the fashioning last, a shard did the testing continue. With rockets was the dust heavenward carried. By crystal's beams was it dispersed. Wow! So in other words, they used rockets to carry the gold dust into the atmosphere, and they shot it through crystal's beams, it says. That's very interesting. Where there was a breach, now there was a healing. Joy to the paddles field, abundance in the land was expected. To earth and him good words was beaming. Gold gives salvation, your pain of gold to continue. When the bureau near the sun came, the golden dust was by its rays disturbed. By healing in the atmosphere was dwindled. The breach to bigness returned. In other words, it only worked for one season. And it returned to Abigail to earth, then commanded the chariot. More heroes traveled in the bows, more that which the water sucks in and thrusts out were provided. With them none gold to travel were commanded. A pilot helper to Abigail to become. Great joy there was in Abigail to earl in return. Many greetings, and the locking of arms there was. The new water workings, yea, with care contemplated. There was a smiling on his face, his heart there was a squeezing.